Okay, here's a good one that came in. I have ancestors who immigrated from Germany. What's the best way to start my search to find their village or town? That's tricky because we're going back across the pond and try and find out. And we talked about the naming issues, so sometimes this can be hard. It's a big goal.
Yeah, so this is probably the most important thing about German research is identifying that hometown, that Heimat, is the German word for it. And you're going to look at all the census records that you can find because sometimes they'll say, you know, Bavaria or something like that on the census. So find every census for that ancestor in the States during their lifetime. And sometimes the census will also indicate what year they came when they emigrated, and it may even indicate if they were naturalized. And of course, if it does, then you're going to want to look for their passenger lists, find them on a passenger list, find them on a ship register, find them on naturalization records, and try and get the whole packet because it will have a citizenship statement, but it will also have a petition for naturalization, and those typically have a lot of genealogical information, and usually they'll tell you where they sailed from, the port of embarkation, and where they arrived and when.
Oh, perfect.
So you really want to, that's kind of a general principle for any kind of immigrant.
Do most people go through naturalization, or is that something that is, it's not really optional?
There's kind of a limited time frame when naturalization records will be useful. So you want to find out what that time frame is for the area that they arrived in. It'll be different in New York than it is in Baltimore or whatever. So you have to, it's very specialized. You have to find out exactly what applies to your particular ancestor.
Did they not do naturalization records all the time? They only did them occasionally, or they did them during time segments?
Well, so like women didn't naturalize because if they married someone who's American, they were automatically naturalized. And the naturalization process took a lot of years. They had to fill out the petition, they had to live in a place for 5 years minimum, and then they had to prove that, and they had to have witnesses, and it's quite the process to go through. So not everybody went through the effort. Usually they wanted to so that they could have citizenship rights and own land and things like that. So
there was a lot of benefits to doing so, but they didn't have to, so you might have an ancestor that chose not to.
Right.
Oh, darn it. That's hard. Okay.